community. Inspire Radio.
It is just gone 10 o'clock and we've got another interview lined up. So I have Kareena here from Krieitiviti Soaps. Do you want to just do us a bit of a background about your how you got into making soaps?
Sure. Hi, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I have quite an extensive career background in swimming coaching, which spans about 30 years. And after about 30 years, I was a bit tired and run down and was looking for something else to do that sort of ticked the boxes with my creative side and my creative brain, and kept me occupied while I wound down from that career.
Yeah.
So then Krieitiviti was born. And I started out with just making soaps for friends and family, as you do when you start doing like a little hobby. Yeah. And you swear black and blue that it's going to stay a hobby, but no, the universe had something else in the plans for me. So yeah, pretty quickly it grew, and people wanted to buy my soaps, and it's kind of morphed a few times over the last few years, mainly due to COVID. I've had to pivot quite a lot, like a lot of small businesses. And now I wholesale a lot of my products to other small businesses, so little retailers, gift shops, cafes, that sort of thing. But my real passion within the business is teaching other people how to not only make soaps but other body products, and educate them on what natural really means.
You've got some with you, so can I just get you to kind of show that camera over there some of the soaps that you've got?
Yeah, so I guess I can show you one of my newest creations here. So this was sometimes when I have an idea with a soap, I put it out to my Facebook page to my clients and I say, what do you think about this? So I wanted to make a soap with grapefruit essential oil a few months ago, and this was the resulting product. Everyone said yes, grapefruit would be amazing. But then, of course, I needed a name. Again, I put it out to the Facebook group what the name was going to be, and funnily enough, one of my swim coach friends came up with the name Grapefruity.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, she got the naming rights to the soap, so that's that one. I have about 14 soaps in the collection, ranging from, soaps for really highly sensitive skin, like my own skin, through to scrubby soaps like with coffee or poppy seeds or things like that. So I have a coffee soap here, which looks more like cake, people tell me.
Oh, wow.
So that's a little bit layered.
Do you find that many people actually want to eat the soaps?
Yeah, look, people say that, and I say, please don't. You've got to, don't stick it in your sock drawer.
Yeah.
Go and use it. And then we've got the poppy seed soap, like that one. And then other ones that use like tea. I've used tea in my soap, and do pretty layers like that. But I find the prettier it gets, the more reluctant people are to use them. So I try to keep them quite plain.
That would be hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, and I do shampoo bars and laundry bars and dishwashing bars. And I've gone into balms, so like lip balms and belly balms for pregnant women. So I've got a few of those here as well. I've got a beard balm for men with
cool.
beards. Yeah. So that's the beard balm there. And that's quite plain, very low scented, because men don't like to have too much scent in their face.
Yep.
And other balms for, as I said, for pregnant women, got a belly balm. I have a whole range of products for new mums as well.
And it's all the health benefits of the soap, and it's all kind of chemical-free, toxic-free.
Yeah, a big part of my message, not just in my branding and the ingredients, but in the message I like to educate people with is what is natural. So a lot of people, there's no what would you call it? There's no restrictions on the word natural, so anybody can say that something's natural, and it not necessarily is. So it's up to the individual to understand what is natural, what's good for them, what's going to affect their health and that sort of thing. So I really break it down for people. So if you look on the back of, say, the beard balm, you can see that it's certified organic shea butter, beeswax, hemp oil, castor oil, patchouli, cedarwood and peppermint essential oils. Most of us would understand those ingredients. And even when the ingredients get a little bit more sort of wordy, I break it down even more and I'll put in the layman's terms. So, for example, I can't even pronounce it, but the name for shea butter is quite extensive, but I put in brackets shea butter, so people understand that big long word that they can't pronounce is shea butter.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's really handy, because I when I look at packets
Correct.
and stuff, it's like, what on earth does that mean?
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So I really try to keep it simple for people, and so they understand that when I say the ingredients are natural, they're like, oh yeah, I've heard of shea butter before, and they can do a quick Google search on what shea butter is, and they understand that it comes from the shea nut, which comes from the shea tree that is in Africa. So I just try to keep it really simple and try to educate people in my workshops as well.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you do workshops, and your background is working with people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Is that right?
correct.
So that kind of helps you with your workshops. Are they particularly aimed at people with disabilities, or is it for everyone?
My workshops are for everybody. So I've built myself a shed in my backyard in Aurelia, and I can have 8 people on the property come and do workshops, and we have and are still working towards accessibility. So I have a lot of friends with varying abilities, sight, hearing, mobility issues, intellectual disabilities. So I want to make sure that anybody who's anybody can come to my workshops. So my husband and I have worked very closely together to ensure that the workshop space is accessible as possible. So he's built a ramp, he's built a path. We're now extending our deck to be accessible so people can wheel up onto the deck. We're just trying to tick all of those boxes for everybody. And my background with people with disabilities spans from my work with swimming coaching. So I'm a swim coach on the Australian Down syndrome swimming team, so I've worked very closely with athletes with Down syndrome.
Oh, cool.
And I've worked very closely with a Paralympian who's blind. And that's not all, but that they're my main 2 swimmers that I've worked with. So
so you're kind of coaching at very high levels.
Yeah. So those 2 swimmers in particular were world level swimmers. So it's quite important to me to make sure that I don't exclude anybody from my workshops. Yeah.
And kind of the way that you talk about it, it does feel very inclusive, that you don't want everyone to be welcome, and
Absolutely.
And that's really cool.
Absolutely. And we've got some great stories already, even though I've only been operating for a few years. Can I tell one of those stories?
Absolutely.
Because it's really lovely. So this lady came to me through someone that she was working with her post-traumatic stress disorder. And I obviously won't name names, but she came to me through her. I'd like to say psychologist, but I'm not sure if it was. And he suggested that she did some workshops with me, and so we met through one of the workshops, and learning her story, she told us about her dog, who helps her with her stress and her anxiety.
Cool.
And she didn't bring her dog to this first workshop, but we connected really nicely anyway. And she said to me at the end of the workshop that she felt very safe and secure, and her anxiety levels were very low, but would she be able to bring her dog to one of the workshops? And of course, what am I going to say? Of course she can, because that's the whole idea, is that these workshops are open to everybody, and if her having her dog with her helps her come to my workshops, then her dog is coming.
Bit of a no-brainer, that, isn't it?
Yeah, so she came to a soap making workshop, and her dog is a how old is he? At the time, I think he was 10 months. German Shepherd, and absolutely gorgeous and so well behaved for his age. And he sat through the entire soap making workshop, which is 3 hours, and just helped her get through it. Wow. Not that I think she needed him a lot, but I think it was really important. I think it's safety,
isn't it? Like, even if they don't need it, they feel...
Correct, yeah. But I think also it was important for her to see that he was welcome.
Yeah.
And that was important to me as well. So even if she didn't need him during that time, she knew that she could come back with him to another workshop. And she did. I think she ended up doing 4 workshops with me in total.
Yeah.
But the other 2 workshops, she didn't bring him. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
I was really, really pleased about that. She felt really secure.
That's really cool. And I guess that's the environment that you create as a workshop leader, to make people feel safe and secure.
And that just comes from experience. You know, if I was 20-something years old, I wouldn't be able to do this. I think that career in swimming coaching, working with all of those swimmers of varying abilities, has helped me understand what is needed for people.
How long were you been coaching for?
Just shy of 30 years. Yeah, so my entire adulthood. And I still coach a little bit, but creativity is my main jam at the moment.
Yeah. That must have been very rewarding, working with people with disabilities and, you know, achieving a lot, especially like the Paralympians.
I can't even begin to tell you the joy that you get from working not just with people with disabilities, but in that high performance environment, and seeing them chase their dreams, and the emotion surrounding, you know, getting into that final, or winning a medal, or breaking a world record, or, you know, one of my swimmers with Down syndrome was a multiple world record holder. And just kept breaking his own records just over, and no one could touch him. He was incredible. But it's, you know, it's all about the connection that you make with people. I was having a conversation just a couple of days ago with another swimming coach, and we were saying it's not about what you know, it's what you can do with that person, that connection that you have with that person. So if you have that intimate relationship with whoever it is that you're working with, you can do and achieve anything. And that's sort of proof with the swimmers that I've worked with.
That's really cool.
Over and over again.
Still stay in touch with those swimmers at all?
Yeah. So this particular swimmer is Steve-O. I can name him because I'm very close. They're like family.
Yeah.
Steve-O and I catch up maybe 3 or 4 times a year now, and he has a group of friends, and we and me and my friend, we take them away on weekenders, just here in Rockingham. We bring them down to Rockingham and we take them away for 3 or 4 days, and we just chill out together. So me and my friend, him and his 3 friends, we have coffee, we walk on the beach, we go swimming, we go to Point Perrin and walk. We'll go shopping, we buy our food, we cook our dinner, you know, we chill out on the balcony, we have some beers, we go to the pub. You name it, we just do it, and it's a little snippet in their lives where they're not with their parents or at home, and they're just free, and we love it. We love it as much as they do. I think we maybe love it more than what they do. But yeah, we have a great time. So that's I still get to catch up with Steve-O quite a lot.
Cool. No, that's really fantastic. And with the soaps, how do people get in touch with you?
So I have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a website.
And do you want to spell out, because your name, Krieitiviti, it's not creativity, is it? Like you're being creative about the name.
It's the phonetic spelling of creativity, so it's Kreietiviti, Krieitiviti.
Awesome. And we'll put the link on the post when we put this up on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
So they can get in touch with you through Facebook or through
Instagram or website, and they can book any of the workshops.
So you've got like a schedule thing on your website, so they can book in,
yeah, and they can have a read on what's available. So there's soap making workshops, and my husband and I provide full day workshops, so people can come in and really switch off. And we give them food. My husband's a chef, so he does these beautiful grazing platters,
cool.
Beautiful fruit platters. We have some teas and coffees, and I'll say drinks. And yeah, we provide a whole experience for people, so they come in and they stay the day with us, and really switch off and wind down, which I think is what people are really craving at the moment.
That sounds really relaxing. Have you noticed a difference through COVID? Like you mentioned that you've had to pivot a few times.
Yeah, huge. So prior to COVID, I was attending a lot of markets, so going out into the community almost every weekend, getting myself out to markets, mainly the creative markets and the art markets. But of course, when COVID came, then those markets were shut down. So it was one of the first parts of the community that was shut down because we weren't allowed to come together in gatherings. So I very quickly had to think about what I could do to keep my business operating. So I had some do-it-yourself kits that were available and are still available, and they're on the website as well.
Sure.
So people, and I'm getting a lot of orders from over east at the moment because, of course, they're still in lockdown. So a lot of my do-it-yourself kits are going over east, and so they're available, and you can make bath bombs and lip balms and shower steamers. And you know, the kids love that, but also adults love that as well.
Yeah, true.
So that was one thing I had to do. I also took some of my workshops online. So I worked with a local school in Perth, and we offered some online classes, and they booked out in the school holidays. So that was really fun, having 27-year-olds online making bath bombs in their home with their mums. But that was really cool as well. There's not really a need to do that anymore because we can meet in person. So still do a lot of workshops like that in schools and community centres. And what else did we do? We just offered non-contact pickup, so people could come to the house and pick up their soaps. Of course, with toilet paper running off the shelves, soap also ran off the shelves pretty quickly. People were panic buying. So they were looking to local small businesses to fill that need for them. And I had a lot of big orders for soap come through during that initial lockdown stage as well. But now I'd say we're pretty much back to normal. Even when we do have lockdown, it's not such a big deal. It's quite short, so it's not affecting us too much.
I think the first one last year was the biggest because no one
it
knew
scared
what
us
was
all.
happening.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So now, lots of workshops face-to-face, a lot of kids' birthday parties. I often get parents ringing me or emailing me wanting to have a birthday party. I just did a hens party last week.
Oh, cool.
That was pretty cool. So, yeah.
And so they make the soaps.
They chose to do some lip balms and some shower steamers and a body scrub. And then at the end of the day, we did a hand massage. And, of course, they got all the food as well. So I took my husband with me, and he did all the food.
He's a good combination, it sounds like.
He's very, very good at what he does, yeah. So when people go onto the Facebook page, they'll see the beautiful platters that we have at our day workshops that he does for us.
That's fantastic. Is there anything else you wanted to add at all?
Oh, gosh, no. I'd just be really keen for people to support, not just me, obviously, but all small businesses in the area. We're out there, and, I'd just love people to always think small business first and local first, of course.
I think that's one of the things with COVID, isn't it, that there's so many businesses out there struggling, and it's really good if you can get local. Yeah. And that's really a positive, positive thing.
Yeah, so I think that would be the biggest message from today and being here is support the local small businesses, because we are still struggling, even though we may not look like we are on our Facebook pages that we put out that we're doing great, but we're all struggling. And also that anyone is welcome to come to my workshops, and I'll make it happen. So I've had all sorts of people.
How often do you do the workshops?
I would do 1 or 2 a month at home, and then I get out into the community a little bit more as well. So I've actually got a bath bomb workshop at the Warnbro Library in the school holidays. So if people are interested in doing that, they can go through the Warnbro Library and book that with me.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, thanks so much for coming in, and we'll put this post on Facebook and YouTube later on, so we'll share the links and stuff like that.
Cool.
If you want to get in touch, then hopefully you'll get some more bookings from that.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Pleasure. Okay, we're going to go to some music now. This is Wings and Little Mix.